Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Nikki Philippi, or Philippi, because it needs to be talked about. I have seen a lot of people on YouTube address this. Most of them are dog people. I have never seen, at least not yet, have ever seen somebody who wasn't a dog person. So, I'm going to do it. Because as much as I like dogs, I'm more of a cat person. I don't have any animals, but I did. I mean, I've had dogs and I've had cats, so I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. So I'm going to talk about this. Because this is pissing even me off. Pissing everybody off. Nikki Philippi, you are pissing everybody off with this. If you don't know, then I'm going to tell you. Nikki Philippi is a YouTuber or mommy vlogger / lifestyle vlogger who apparently has decided to have her dog put down. A completely healthy dog. It was a healthy dog. This dog apparently has nipped her kid, and they didn't like that. It wasn't bad enough. Yeah, obviously the injury wasn't bad enough for them to do anything about it right then and there. Because apparently, once the dog bit the kid, they decided to take the kid on a flight to see the grandparents. Because, yay! Doggy bit you! And let's go away. Leave the dog. So, the dog bit the kid. They didn't like it, so they had the dog put down. Not at the vet, because again, the dog is healthy. They decided to put the dog down. They hired somebody from the internet. They had somebody come into their house and put the dog down. But before they did that, they decided they were going to have a photo shoot with the dog. After the dog bit the kid. This dog that they are now claiming is a dangerous, aggressive animal. Yay. Videos have resurfaced of her talking about not being an anti-vaxxer, which, whatever, don't really care. I mean, I care, but at the same time, that has nothing to do with this. You know, it's just something that came up. So she's that. Apparently, the dog also attacked their Yorkshire Terrier, and there's this video that resurfaced of them. This is probably the reason why the dog attacked their terrier. Because they have two dogs. They have Bowser, which is a bull terrier, which is the one they put down. And they have whatever the little Yorkshire Terrier's name is. So they have these two dogs. And there's a video that resurfaced of them taking the little dog, the Yorkshire Terrier. And Bowser's sitting there on the floor, and Bowser has like a little ball in his mouth. And they're taking the Yorkshire and they're going, and they're laughing, or at least she's laughing, and they're having a good time, and the dogs are growling at each other, you know. So it's funny, apparently. I don't know how. I don't know how it's funny to take one living animal, use it as like a toy to antagonize the bigger dog who has issues. I don't know how that's funny. Maybe you can explain how it's fucking funny. Because I don't find it funny at all. Yeah, so that happened. And of course the dog has a ball in his mouth. And if you don't know anything about terriers, the pit bulls and the bull terrier breeds, they do this thing called squigging, which if they have something in their mouth that they consider prey, like a ball or like a stuffed animal, they do the thing where they shake their head. They'll shake it in their head. That's what they do. It's a way for their breed to kind of disorient their prey, so it's easier to kill. So they're shaking it to kind of disorient it and like kill it. That's how they do. That's what they do. They're bred for killing like rats and stuff. So, and the dog has a ball in his mouth, and in the video, every time the Yorkshire is pushed to its face, it goes like this, and with the ball, and it's like every time. So So I'm not surprised that Bowser bit the terrier, the little Yorkshire. I'm not surprised at all. There's also been, apparently they were trying to adopt before they got pregnant, of course. Now these mommy vloggers do that. They like want to adopt a kid from a foreign country. Not from this country, not from our broken foster care system. No, God forbid our kids get adopted. Yeah. No, they have to age out of the system with their own issues. No. So they wanted to, apparently, I don't know how far back they went, but they started in like Korea. They wanted to have a kid in Korea, the Korean kid. This was like 3 years ago. That apparently didn't work out. I don't know how. I don't care. I don't watch their videos. That didn't work out. Then they went to Thailand, and that didn't work out because Thailand has a law in place that says you are not allowed to talk about or show pictures or videos on social media of this kid once you adopt this kid and take it home. You're not allowed to speak or take videos or pictures of it posted on the internet for a full year, because I'm not sure why, but apparently the complete adoption process takes like a year. So they don't want anything like jeopardizing this process. But like on social media, you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not supposed to tweet about it. Post it on Facebook. You're not allowed to put like videos of this kid and the adoption process and taking it home and all of this for a full year. I guess to protect the kid and to help keep the adoption process kind of, on low down until it's complete. They didn't like that because, well, no, our whole life is on social media. You can't do this. She even asked them, can't you make an exception for me? Because she's special. Which, no. And of course they said, no, we can't do that. Because you know she pulled. You know she pulled the don't you know who I am card. You know. Because I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, so therefore I'm huge. Not special. So that didn't pan out. And then of course, like 2 videos later, they're announcing they're pregnant. Of course they're pregnant, of course. So they have this kid, it's about 1.5 years old now. And the dog bites the kid. These are the kind of parents who are lazy parents. They do not discipline the kid because, well, the kid's 1.5 years. He doesn't know. It's the dog's problem. The dog shouldn't have attacked the kid. So we're giving birth to the kids that are now growing up who have never been told no, who expect everything handed to them, don't want to do the work because they're lazy, but did not want to have to deal with this dog. She didn't want to have to deal with the trauma. This dog has issues. They got it from a puppy. It was attacked when it was a puppy. So now it has trauma issues that you have to deal with. They're not dealing with it because they don't want to have to. Because they want this perfect dog that, what they see on like videos or TV, they want that. They don't want to have to do the work that gets that made. Because if you look at all, dogs especially, you look at the breeds of dogs, especially on like YouTube or like TikToks, you look at those dogs, and they're very cute, and they're fun, and they're funny, but you don't see the daily life struggle of being a dog owner. Dogs who have issues, you have to deal with that. And that's not easy. Take it from a human who has issues. Most of us humans who with issues, don't you find it hard to deal with yourself? But you have to. Even if you don't want to have to, you do. You have to get help. You have to go to therapy. This dog needed training. They didn't want to have to hire a trainer to train this dog because then they would have to do the homework of training the dog alongside the trainer. Because the trainer would teach them how to train the dog and leave them, and they would have to train the dog themselves. And they don't want to have to do this. She didn't want that. She wanted props. She wanted figures. She wanted the illusion of the life she thought she deserved to have. A really fancy house, well-behaved kids, a well-behaved dog, a little Yorkshire dog, a little pocket dog that she can carry around with her. I've seen in videos where she has the dog like held up like against her because it's a prop. You know, like Paris Hilton and her, if you're old like me and remember Paris Hilton, the way she used to hold her chihuahuas. She wants that without any of the work. Because being a dog owner means you work with the dog. You train the dog to behave. You know, my sister has a dog. They have a Great Pyrenees, which is a mix between a Pyrenees and I believe a Saint Bernard. It's a gorgeous dog. I love the dog. But the dog has issues because the dog grew up on, well, he lived in, it came from Texas. And so the dog has kind of issues being in suburbia. Not used to loud noises. It's used to running around. They're very, Pyrenees as a breed are very, very stubborn. They're very intelligent. And they can be hard to train unless you train them in puppydom. Yeah. So my sister's dog, he came from like Texas. They're very intelligent dogs, but he obviously is not handling it. He thinks he's the alpha of the family. So he's trying to assert his dominance over my sister and her husband. And they're trying to correct that. So the dog will display correcting behavior by nipping at them. He's not trying to hurt them. He's trying to, in his mind, correct their behavior because it thinks that it's the alpha. He thinks he's the alpha, and he's not. So he's trying to be dominant against my sister and her husband. He's not, and they don't like that. So it's very hard to train him. But dog owners, they're doing their best to try to correct the dog's behavior and teach the dog, no, this is what I want you to do because this is good. This is good behavior that I want you to do. Because I get that you're trying to be dominant, but no, I'm the dominant one. Your role in this family, in this pack, is to protect the house and the yard and to be loved on. So it's very hard. But they're doing the effort it takes to help train the corrective behaviors out of this dog. Nikki Philippi is not. They did not. Because they didn't want to have to. A video surfaced of them. They hired a trainer to try to train this dog. I guess to be on a leash. I don't know what the training is. They sat there. They filmed the entire time. Did not participate in the training. But tells you everything you need to know about them. I'm sorry, but it does. Tells you everything you need to know about them. They are the kind of people that want everything done for them so they can reap the benefits. It's because they don't understand that to be an adult, to be a dog owner, to be a person, to be a parent, you have to put in the effort yourself. Nobody's going to hand you anything in life. Even if you have a YouTube channel with like million subscribers, nobody's going to hand you anything in life. You see what's going on with freaking James Charles. 25 million subscribers and he's getting sued by a former assistant. You know, he's having allegations of trying to elicit nudes from minors. And sending nudes to minors, which, ew. Minors who he's assuming is straight, or who tried to tell him, no, I'm not, I'm straight. And he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No. No, you're not because I said you're not. Yeah. So now he's having shit happen to him. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have in life. You could be Beyonce. Nobody's going to hand you anything in life. Beyonce didn't get handed a Grammy just because she was born. She worked her ass off and has earned every goddamn Grammy that she won. She has earned every goddamn award she has won. The same with people like Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep has worked her ass off to get the opportunity to work in Hollywood that she had. She has worked in movies. She has worked her ass off to make the movies that have won the Oscars. So that's how she won Oscars. She's worked her ass off in those movies to portray the characters that she's portrayed. She didn't just show up and just be Meryl Streep and boom, got an award. That doesn't happen. Just because you're Nikki Philippi and been on YouTube for 10 years and you have 1 million subscribers, people like you and you're cute and you get the opportunity to have a music career or some kind of burgeoning music career. Doesn't mean that you're going to get life handed to you. You're not going to get this little pocket dog that is just going to be this prop, stuffed animal, that just the robot that does whatever you want it to do. You're not going to get this cool, interesting dog that your husband likes, and it's going to be well-behaved because it's a robot programmed to do that. You're not going to get a well-behaved kid that everybody loves and is the darling of the, that's not existence. It's not going to happen. Come on. And that's what's happening with these mommy vlogger, family vlogger people. You don't get a massive mansion for your kids. Yes, it's nice that you can provide that for your kids. But using those kids to get the money that you then use to buy those things, although nice, you're still parading your kids around. There's a reason why we have child labor laws now. My generation has like Macaulay Culkin and like Gary Coleman. Macaulay Culkin sued his family when he was 17 to get emancipation. He's emancipated from his family now. You have all these momagers and dadagers who end up wanting to be rich and using their kids to get them there. It's the same with Britney Spears. The whole reason why she doesn't like to be in this, why she doesn't like her father being the conservator, is because he's milking her for every cent she's worth and forcing her to do things that earn her money that he can then take from her. She doesn't want to be out of the conservatorship at all because she sees the benefit of it existing, but she doesn't want her father to be the conservator of it, because that means he has access to her money and he will just drain her dry, as every adult has done since she was like 15. Nikki Philippi added to this because she decided she didn't want her dog anymore. And she decided, well, screw this. This dog isn't benefiting my channel anymore. And so like a computer that doesn't work, I'm just going to throw it away. They don't want to rehome it, because that means effort. They don't want to have to find a family that then will put the dog up on the internet and everybody will know their dog, and still, I don't understand. But nobody likes you, Nikki Philippi. You're a horrible person for doing this. And unfortunately, this is getting her views and recognition, because that's how the internet works. So I guess my rant is over because I finished my cough drop. And so I'm going to see you when I see you.